Hi friends and family, whether you want to meal plan or looking for a quick meal, you're going to love street corn chicken bowls. This Ina Garden approved dish is super easy and versatile. Street corn chicken bowl is coming up next on Cooking Made Easy with June, brought to you by Macy's, the happiest shopping store in Spanish Fork. Hello everyone, welcome to Cooking Made Easy with June. Today we are going to make street corn chicken bowls. I love this really easy dish because, again, who doesn't love a great bowl that has all the goodies in it? You've got the Thai bowl, all these things, right? And so this one is street corn. I love street corn. The last time I had street corn, the best street corn I've had, on the cob was in Park City years ago, where we could take the tram up there in the spring or summer, and there's a vendor there, and they had this street corn already cooked, and then you get to choose the flavors you want. And every time I say street corn, I just remember that long, delicious, crispy yet chewy and yummy street corn with all the stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're going to start with the chicken. So I've got the stove turned on, trying to get really hot, and I'm gonna follow my phone. Sorry guys, here we go. I didn't put the setting where I can keep it constantly on, but we're going to do the chicken first. And basically, I'm going to start with olive oil. So we're just gonna throw it all in this pan. So about a tablespoon, I'm doubling, but you need a pound, but I'm doing about 2 pounds of chicken. So I'm just going to do a generous, maybe 4 tablespoons of olive oil into there. And then I'm going to throw in, look at this, you guys. I'm gonna put my gloves on because I'm working with chicken. You go to Macy's, the happiest shopping store in Spanish Fork, and you're going to find that they have all kinds of chicken available for you. You can get, now it's a little bit more, of course, to get the pre-trimmed and everything chicken. And this one is chopped, cut in chunks for this recipe. So that's all it is. I'm just gonna go ahead and get it open, and use a fork to open this. I'm going to get it open and just throw it in there. It's all ready to go. Whack! Don't get that little piece of paper in there, but if you do, you can just take it out. How easy is that? They have a super great meat department there, and you can find sales on their meat. I've gotten some really great deals on their meat, and of course they have their case lot sales. So I threw it in there. I'm gonna throw in my glove. Spread it out a little bit. It's already sizzling, right? Okay, so I'm gonna spread it out, and then I'm going to go ahead and add all the spices, which include chili powder, cumin, paprika. So again, I'm doubling, so it calls for a teaspoon of chili powder. So I'm gonna add 2. And again, look at me, look at how much chili powder. It's gonna be a spicy chicken, right? Let's see, cumin. I love the smell of cumin. It's strong, but it goes quite a way. So it's half a teaspoon of it, but I'm going to do 1 teaspoon, right? So that's a little bit. And then paprika and salt and pepper. That's it. I feel like the key Latino spice is the cumin, right? And the paprika. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh gosh, I almost burned myself. Oh, it's a teaspoon. So I should have taken the whole thing out, but that one didn't come out very well. Should have done this. Here we go. Add a little bit more. Look at me, I'm cooking like whatever, right? All right, there's your paprika, and that can add a beautiful color to it. And salt and pepper. Here's my salt and pepper. So about a half a teaspoon, but it's to taste. But I want to say a pound of chicken, about a teaspoon of salt, and but this is about 2 pounds. But you can always add more, right? But I'm going to do about 2 teaspoonish. You can taste the chicken and then you can add more. I don't know if you noticed by now that when I'm actually not ambidextrous, but I cook with my, I'm right-handed writing, but when I stir and eat, I use my left hand. And you notice I have to turn my, it's really weird. I still can't figure myself out. And I think I said in one show, when I play tennis, if you play tennis, I toss it with one hand and then I have to switch over. Like I toss it with this, then I have to switch over and do the serve like that. Isn't that crazy? Not a very important thing. Then you can, I'm gonna cover it, let it get heated really faster. I'm gonna check my chicken. And I just tasted a little piece, and I feel like I need more salt. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more salt. Again, you can always, and there'll be more flavors in your corn too. But I'm just gonna add a little bit more salt there, and give it a quick stir, and it should be ready to go. And of course, you can add more salt later when you do your bowl, right? So I'm just gonna pour it in here. Okay. Now I'm turning the stove down a little bit because I'm going to melt butter for our corn. So with the same pan, we're gonna add the butter. This is double the recipe. It's only, you start out with 4 tablespoons. And just melt it, turn it down to medium. And as we melt the butter, let's see, we're going to add, for the corn, so we're gonna melt it and then we're going to brown the corn until it's charred, and then we're going to toss in the sour cream and mayonnaise and all that in another bowl. I don't know, that's Ina's instruction. However, I'm wondering, why can't I toss it all in here so we don't have too many bowls, right? Unless she doesn't want to cook. She probably just doesn't want to cook the corn, the butter, the mayo and the sour cream. That's probably what it is, because that's what you do with street corn, right? You have the grilled corn and then you add, lather all that stuff together. So, okay, I'll follow Ina's instruction. I won't do anything random. Okay, I'm gonna turn on high now. I melted most of it. I just didn't want to burn the butter. So it's gonna be fine because it's all gonna melt. And again, like I'm doubling it, and perhaps, I shouldn't, but it's okay. I love corn. So as far as the corn goes, it calls for a frozen or canned, but honestly, I would dare say frozen or fresh, of course. Fresh is the best, and corn you can just, but it's such a pain to cob it, and I guess they have machines that can do it for you. But I use frozen. That's the next best thing to fresh to me. And frozen corn doesn't have the added salt like in a can. You have to rinse it off. And I think that you get more of a fresh flavor when you use frozen, and it's already made. Okay, so I'm gonna let it get on high, let it sit because it wasn't sizzling, however, and then I'm going to pull out a big bowl. Let's set this aside, right there. And we're going to put the ingredients of the street corn in here. You've got sour cream, or you could use yogurt. Yogurt is always a super great substitute for sour cream, and it really does taste very similar. I'm just going to use regular sour cream and mayonnaise right now. So it's a 1/4 cup of each of these. And then let's see what else. Oh, okay. So you've got the mayonnaise, the sour cream, or Greek yogurt. You've got a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of chili powder, which I'm going to put a teaspoon because I'm doubling. So a teaspoon of chili powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of a 1/4 cup of feta cheese or the cotija, I think it is. And then you have, which is similar to feta. And then, so I'm going to put half a cup of that. So I'm going to say that's about a 1/4 cup and about a half cup, right? So it's going to be just fine. Crumble it up. And then, where's my cloth? Then we put in cotija cheese, chili powder, feta cheese. 2 tablespoons of lime juice. So I love to have mine already melted, right? So what's my tablespoon? Well, so it's 3 teaspoons for 1 tablespoon, so that's 6, 7, 5, 6, something like that. We're gonna add more limes anyways. Okay, so I doubled it, right? So 1 tablespoon doubled. And then cilantro, and that's it for this mix. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to stir this together. Excited. So I have that stirred together. And then I'm gonna check on my corn. And looks like it's getting there. It's got butter, the buttery corn for sure. Also from the olive oil and butter from the chicken that we were making, right? I mean the olive oil. But it's not charring like it's supposed to. I don't know if you necessarily have to char it, but it would be good if we charred it. All right, it looks like it's not browning up fast, and as I had thought, the recipe did call to char in the pan. But I think I'm gonna stick it in the broiler because this is my oven-safe pan, or if you don't have one or you're not cooking with one, you can put it on a cookie sheet. So I turn on my broiler, so I'm gonna stick this in the oven and let it broil for a sec. I'm gonna watch it though. All right. It's not as charred as I want, but it's a lot better than I had anticipated. Look at that, you guys. See the difference? But honestly, I think what I would do would take fresh corn and lightly brush it with butter and then grill it on your grill, and you're going to have this beautiful charred color. So that's what I'm going to do next time. But if you want to do this, and I think I wouldn't put it in the pan, I would put it into the oven and broil it on a cookie sheet. Okay, here we got that. So I'm going to just take this and put it into our, maybe I'll just pick up the whole thing here because this is hot. I've done that before where I just didn't think. Let's see if it'll just slide into this. Woo! Okay, be strong, say a prayer. Oh, because this is a heavy pan. I hope you guys can see this. I don't know if the camera's gonna get this, but ta-da! Ooh. Well, that's what I get for not being consistent in my weight. Okay, so that's a lot of sauce. I honestly would put more corn in this, but it's gonna be yummy. I think this is where the sauce is gonna go in the rice, and you're gonna put that in there, okay? So honestly, I would probably add more corn next time, but it's okay, it's gonna be good. All right, so I'll just continue. I am like sweating, waiting for that corn to broil. So I'm gonna make a bowl. I'm gonna use my wood bowl and put some rice on the bottom, and I'm gonna put a little bit of rice on the bottom, and then put, well, this is for the pictures, right? So I'll put a little bit more rice, and then the chicken. Let me use this. Add some chicken. I'm gonna put chicken on the side of it so that we can have like a little bit of a. So the rice, now you could use any rice. You could use brown rice, you could use anything. But here I actually cooked my rice, a cilantro-lime rice, and it's kind of like making chicken and rice. You cook your chicken instead of the rice with chicken broth. And I added a tiny bit of butter and some lime squeeze and cilantro. That's all it is, and salt and pepper. So, but the flavor is in the chicken broth when you do it, right? So we have this, and then I'm going to add a little bit more just to add more depth to it, to the side. And then we'll add the corn. Okay, whoa, look at all that sauciness. It's gonna be so good. And then we'll add I was gonna cut a piece of avocado here. I'm gonna do avocado and some limes. So I'm just going to slice the avocado in here. And I don't know if you've seen me do this, and I take the spoon and I just scoop it out. Some people use a jar and all kinds of things you see on the internet, right? So some avocado there, And then let's put some lime slice. Slice of lime. I can cut it. I usually cut it the other way. Let's just do it like this. Some lime slices by the chicken, and then we'll add a little bit of cilantro. I'm gonna add just to add. There's no red. I should have added some tomatoes for redness, but that's okay. We're just gonna add that right there. Okay, there you go. Let's put this in. Put a spoon there, and I'm going to move the chicken over a little bit. And let's move this chicken over. Put that. So I'm just doing this for the camera. And you could serve it like this, where you have, people can make their own bowls, right? And just put this on the side. But I'm gonna taste. Where is my spoon? Let me grab a spoon and a serving dish. I'm just gonna add me some rice and chicken, a piece of chicken, and some of that corn in here. Make me a bite. Oh, why not get a piece of avocado? I know, it's kind of weird, but I'm just gonna taste my corn and my chicken. The street corn and the rice. I know why you had to make it saucy. I think the yogurt would be good instead of sour cream. I think I would add more chili powder, a little more paprika. Oh, the feta cheese. I forgot. I think the feta cheese is what adds to it, so I'm gonna sprinkle some feta cheese on there. But yeah, you guys, ta-da, ta-da, look at that delicious bowl. Street corn, Mexican bowl, whatever, street corn, chicken bowl, rice bowl. Until next time, happy cooking.